Hey, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com and Michael A. from Warren, New Jersey. I'm going to show you how I cut your lenses for your Ray-Ban 2132 902L size 55 because you're afraid you did not want a small frame. So this is how it comes. The packaging from Ray-Ban. Here is the Ray-Ban case, your frames, the Ray-Ban cleaning cloth. Of course, I'm going to throw in one of mine along with that. But this is how Ray-Ban sends it to me, with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple, and if that's good enough for Ray-Ban, I'm going to put one on the right when I ship to you so nothing can get scratched. This is how they come, with a crooked Ray-Ban sticker almost always. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop your lenses out and get them traced. And actually, here's a good little example. Here is your frame compared to, this is size 55 compared to the 52. Let's see what we can do. If I pop one of these lenses out, you will see, I'd use a different color so you can see them overlapping. That's the 52 with the green G15 behind it being the 55. So, let's do another comparison. Side by side on the counter. It is a little bit smaller for the 52. It fits right inside. I know you were saying you wanted a larger frame, but if this doesn't work out, let me know. So, I'm going to take your Italian frame and put it into my Italian edger. This is the Santinelli LE1000 patternless edger here at freeprescriptionlenses.com because everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. So the first thing it's doing is tracing the shape of your right lens in your frame, and now it's going to go over and trace the shape of your left lens. And then I'm going to pull up the shape onto the computer. This whole process takes about 15 minutes. It is now 7:52 on Monday, February 24th, 56 degrees here in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina. Let's leave that up there. Now you are getting the anti-glare lenses to eliminate glare from your computer screen and one of the many emails. And by the way, dude, what's with all the emails? I was trying to go out to dinner with my wife and you were killing me, Mike, I'm telling you. You know I'm kidding, right? Okay, so let me show you by example. Here's one of my regular aspheric polycarb lenses. The anti-glare on the left without on the right. You can see the fluorescent lights above me and how they reflect off the lens in my right hand and they don't in my left hand. That is the difference. That is the extra that you're paying for. You get the free clear lenses, but you're just paying the upgrade difference. So what I'm going to do, I've got a block that I need to put on the lens while it's cutting. It has a double-sided adhesive sticker. One side is stuck to the block. The other side, I just tore away the paper. Let's do the same thing. Release that, put that sticker on there. Now that anti-glare coating, it does eliminate glare when driving at night in the rain. You know, it's definitely at night, and particularly driving at night in the rain, but also from the glare from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead lights, fluorescents. But it is a hydrophobic coating, meaning that it hates water, so it's extra slippery. So I'm going to put this extra little sticky pad on the back while it is cutting so it does not slip in the chuck. Hello, Chuck. Oh, the computer's giving me a fuss. Okay, I did not pull up the shape. Now let's pull up the shape. There we go. Put in the pupillary distance. This is a polycarbonate lens. I'm going to cut it on the soft cycle, which means it just cuts slower, and it's been cut for a plastic frame. Now, I would be surprised if this lens actually fits first go around. I normally start off large and I take it down as needed because you can always cut more off. You can never add back to a lens once you get it too small. So right now it is tracing the shape of your right lens onto the lens, the concave side of the lens first, which is closest to your eyelashes. Now it's tracing the convex side of the lens. You will be receiving another vocabulary lesson here in a moment. The cutting wheel is down here on the bottom. On the left, it is going to grind away most of the lens. This wheel in the center will actually put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. It will get loud and I'll have to close the door here in a moment, but and actually Michael asked me a good question last night. He asked if there's a difference between the 902 and the 902L and what happened. Now on the frame it says 902, on the box it says 902L. Years ago, in a drunken stupor, I can only imagine, Ray-Ban discontinued this frame. I do not know why. In the morning when they sobered up, they said, what have we done? So they tried to add it back to the collection, but some computer programmer had retired that number so they could not use 902 anymore. So some programmer decided, let's call it 902L, with L being large versus this size. And by the way, this is the same frame. They call this the 710 because it has the brown lenses. If it had, let me find one, the G15 lenses that I'm popping in, it would be called the 902. But because it has a brown lens, some people like the brown lens. I do not, but some people do. So they call this the 710. Now there's a 944, which is the light Havana, which, you know, you'd almost have to hold it up to the light to see the difference. And of course, this is not your frame. Let me hold your frame again. That is the difference in the classic tortoise. When you hold them up to light, you can really see through it well. Where's that brown lens? I'm going to put it back in. There it is. Let me put this back in so it does not get lost. Whoa, I rescued you. You're not going anywhere. Now, your lenses are unbreakable and bulletproof up to 22 caliber. If you notice, it's completely flat now. It's done cutting. It's just putting the bevel on there. These are bulletproof up to 22 caliber, virtually unbreakable, and have both UVA and UVB protection in them. All anti-glare coating has UV protection as well, but it's already built into the lens. Now, you were telling me you had glare from your computer screen. This will fix that. It's an anti-glare lens, but it's also an anti-reflection lens. If you notice when I was holding them here, compared to the other, there is no reflection on there. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. It is much better eye contact. And some people get it for the simple reason, if someone takes a picture of you with the flash, you won't see the flash lit up in the lens. You'll see just your eyes. So, that is that. Your Ray-Ban case, your Ray-Ban cloth, I will provide, everyone who buys some, I will provide detailed instructions on how to make your Italian leather case last you for years. You can just smell the Italian leather. And your cloth. I will provide you with that with the purchase. Now, a little bit of rough edges, so one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put what's known as the safety bevel. I'm going to use my hand stone to go around and smooth off. And if you can see this white powdery substance, you put this up, no, you don't put this up your nose, you drop it onto the counter. I shouldn't joke about that, guys who don't know me. I don't drink, I'm a teetotaler. I shouldn't joke about things like that. But I scrape that residue off the lens, put it onto the counter, and I get this piled up nicely, and then I wipe it on the floor. As I'm fond of saying, I am a professional. I went to school for years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Kids, don't think you can do it on the first day and get away with it. Now, I'll be shocked if this lens fits, but I'm going to start at the outside corner and push down at the nose. Hey, it does, but I'm going to do one trick. Well, actually, that's close enough. Let's start cutting the left lens. Flip it over to left, and I'm going to take 1/10 of a millimeter off, just to make it fit better. Now, your lens still has the block and the blue sticker on the back, so I'm going to de-block your lens, pull that off, pull that sticker off. Get that sticker off my finger. What's up with you? What's up with you? All right, I'll stick it there. Let me dry this off. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my hand stone and go old school. This terrifies most opticians to have to do this. Take a little bit off the lens. But you mentioned that at one point you may want to get the original G15 lenses again. So this is how you pop them in. You start at the outside corner. Tuck that in first, and then with your thumbs at the nose, you push down and it'll snap right in. Now to take it out, I rotate the frame downward. It's always with your thumb at the nose. I'm right-handed, so I grab the frame with my left hand, and you can actually torque the frame. You're not going to hurt the frame. You're not going to hurt your bulletproof lenses. But with the thumb at the nose, you just push downward, out it comes. In order to tuck it back in, push down with the nose and push down. Now, Michael A. in Warren, New Jersey, can that be any easier? All right, the right lens is done. It's hard to tell because it doesn't look like there's any lens in the frame. Unlike my shop glasses here, that you can see the reflection. My glasses do not have anti-glare on them. These do. And these are just some real strong magnifiers I need that in case I have to tighten a black screw in a black frame, I gotta be able to see it, so I put on my strong magnifiers. I will include your lens packets with the shipping so you know what you're getting. These are an aspheric lens. A spherical lens is much rounder, like a basketball. It gives you that fisheye look. That's what the cheap glasses have. An aspheric lens is much flatter, much better for cosmetic appeal, not that big fat curvature of a lens. So it's aspheric, polycarbonate, and has an anti-glare coating on there with UVA and UVB protection. Cut, 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 cut. If you notice, it's completely flat all the way around like a nickel. If I took it out, it would stand up on its own now. Not anymore. It's putting the knife-like edge on there. It's going to be as dull as an oyster shell when we're done, which is about as dull as I am intellectually. And I don't mean that as an insult to smart oysters. So, I am in Durham, North Carolina, home to Duke University, which is the University of New Jersey in Durham. Sorry, a little joke we got around here. We just had a religious experience here, a religious holiday. It was the Duke, North Carolina basketball game played last Saturday. North Carolina was victorious in this, but there is a second battle at Duke in 2 weeks, and I'm sure they're going to look to avenge the loss. But Duke did beat Syracuse Saturday night. Good for them. Good for them. Recovered from a tough loss and beat. They were still the #1 ranked team in the country. As of Monday, they no longer will be. Monday being today. All right, the left lens is nearly done. Let's dry your lens off so I do not drop it on live TV. And I'm going to put the safety bevel on there to smooth off any of the edges. Now you see the little white powdery substance on there. Do not inhale this. Do not inhale this. This is called the Schwarf, and may the Schwarf not be with you. Again, wipe it onto the floor. I am so good at doing that. Okay, where's your frame? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right, to make sure it fits, I tuck it in at the outside corner, push down at the nose, and there we go. I'm going to de-block your lens. Now, 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments. If these are too loose or too tight, just tell them. If it's high on one side or the other, just tell them, and they will know exactly what to do. It takes less than a minute, and they will get the glasses adjusted for you. One last adjustment I want to do, I'm going to put the frame in what's known as standard alignment, which is a 3-point stance. 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame is 3. I put it on the counter. There is a slight wobble. I'm going to adjust it at the hinge. It does not do that anymore. I'm going to flip it over, press with my thumbs. That is level. Make sure the hinges close equally. It does. I'm going to get this wrapped up and packaged and ready for shipping for you tonight. Michael A. in Warren, New Jersey. I really appreciate all the emails. I get so lonely. I wish someone would just email me. By the way, should anyone have any questions, email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. So, Michael A., again, thanks for giving me the opportunity to rock your world. If anyone else out there needs them, this is the 902 Tortoise. The model number is the 2132 New Wayfarer. Michael, thanks for letting me give you a chance to bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.